Hi there, my name is Jim Turner. I wanted to show my design on the bottom screen boards. Now, what I do is I don't buy anything. I'm a scrap boy. So what I do is I'll keep certain things, and some of those certain things I've had for 20 years or more. Certain pieces of wood, certain pieces of this and that and this. And so I've got all this scrap wood that I have stored in different places, and that's what I've built my beehives out of, and all my frames, and my bottom screen board, and everything else. I don't buy wood. I don't even remember last time I bought wood. Last time I bought wood was when I redid my roof, tore off all the shingles, had to tear out big sections of my roof because they had water damage on the plywood, and that was the last time I remember buying wood. So what I got here is, this is the bottom screen board, and I just now put the bottoms on it. So what I've done is I've got just 3 3/4 by 3/4 strips that I cut out of scrap wood. Yeah. Well, I think I can get the dimensions out of that piece. You know, it's amazing how you can take what looks like an old, ugly piece of wood that maybe you were going to throw away or burn or whatever, and then you start cutting it up, you're going, wow, this looks like a brand new piece of wood. Just take out the outer edges, going, whoa. You can sand it, you can stain it, you go, okay. So this was just old, carbon build-up pieces of wood, and now they look kind of new. Little trim here, little trim there. It's like getting a haircut. And so this has been on there for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to take this off, and so I can show you how this looks on the hive. This glue here is pretty fast setting. I have to watch it all come apart. Should have left it for 1 more minute. But the piece that I just glued on, actually you can take the screen, and just throw pieces of wood underneath of it. I just put it there to hold it. If I ever want to take it off for whatever reason, I can just pop these off. So this is just to so I can just grab the whole thing and put it there instead of having to run strips. Like get the hive down, then put the strips under. The glue just kind of holds it in place, but I can always give them a tap and take them off. And so you can see here, that would be the bee entry. That'd be the place where they come in, right? So what I would do is take this beehive, homemade beehive, and just sit this beehive right on top, and like yay, 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 yay. And so what I can do is I can take a panel of my choosing, and so this is the front. This is not the panel I'll be using. I'm just demonstrating. This is a demonstration. And so I can choose to go for my Varroa Mite drop panel. I call it my observational panel because that's really what it is. I'm going to turn some light on here real quick. So what I use that as an observational panel, and so my observation panel will slide right into the front if need be. Now, to keep this in mind, if you're in a situation where you've got your hive up against something in the back, you can always leave a strip open here. And you'll have a strip here, strip in the back, and then strip here. And you can just pull your panel out, from the side. That'll probably work too. And so that's something really simple, and I really encourage this design because my hive was about to die last fall, and I came up with this system, and I watched hundreds Well, I only saw hundreds, but I stopped counting after a couple hundred. This is hurting my back. I'm done counting. Okay, there's over 100, and so of Varroa mites. And so, but what was happening, instead of them jumping back up on the next bee coming by on this panel here, so I got this panel that was there originally, and so what I did was I just took the screen. I took the screen and literally set it on top of the existing bottom board, and so it looked kind of. This is my updated design. So it looked kind of like that, but it didn't have the 3/4 in the bottom because there was already a 3/4 here. So I didn't need to double do that. So this is a standalone. So this here takes the place of this big thing here. Gone. History. This gets rid of this. Right. And so in the wintertime, you can, seal the front, seal the back, or you can do that anytime. Seal it whenever you want to. And so in the summertime, you can take out the strip in the back, because I typically keep a strip in the back and a strip in the front so that the bees can't get in there, because what they'll do is they'll get in there and they'll smell the queen's pheromones, and they'll just bounce around here until probably they die. How come I can't get up there with everybody? So it's important to get a screen. Just a window screen is all you need, and you design a window screen type of front for the front and the back, and that way you can't get any bees in there, but yet you get that airflow in the heat of the summer, or sometimes you get heat all year round wherever you're at, and so that you can get that nice airflow. And the cool thing about this is you can crank it up if you want more airflow. Crank up one side, get something over here, crank it up the other side, and you can just do that until your heart's content. I think I'm gonna go this high. I'm gonna get so much airflow. So to each his own. And so it's a really simple design, and it's really versatile, really lightweight. And what I do is I'll take this and I'll have just whatever piece of woods I can find, and I'll put that on my base where my beehive is going to be sitting, and I'll just set that right on that base. It's all about the base, about the base, about the base, and it's all about the base. And I can just slide my panel in and out, front or back. So I just thought I'd share this really simple design, but so effective in reducing the Varroa mites. In about 2 months or less, including the powder shaking, sugar shaking, I went from, I don't know, who knows how many it was in. I just would stop counting when I get around. Actually, I stopped a couple of times. There's over 100. Okay, I'm done counting. And so I went from all those hundreds, I don't know, 6 weeks, I started seeing it around 50. I go, oh, well, this is better. And then around 20, wow. And then as the winter went along, 10, 15, 5. And then for 3 months, I saw none. Until just lately, there's a lot of drones. She decided she's going to pick up the drone laying process. So she's laying lots of drones now. And so that's always going to pick up the Varroa mite laying, because they'll go in there, the female will go in that cell, and she'll lay like 3 eggs, and roughly. And then when they hatch, and they'll come out, and they'll start crawling around, try to get into another cell, infect another cell, another drone. And as they're crawling around, the bees are crawling around and knocking them off, and they fall through this screen onto this board that I have vegetable oil on. They stay there. They can't get off that. And once they start cleaning themselves, because they'll start cleaning themselves, what's this, son? And they just, all of a sudden, it encompasses their whole body, including in their gut and everything. And so Yeah, this was so effective. I was actually surprised that it was that effective. It was more effective than I actually anticipated. Right, and so very simple. Please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell. Appreciate that. I usually return all my comments except for ones that I go, huh? How do you respond to that one? I just don't know. Right, so we pulled it from the back, pulled it from the front. Yeah, my first one that I did, I made it from the front, right? Because I was in emergency mode. My hive was dying so fast. So many thousands of girls were dropping out with the deformed wing virus, and sick from the other viruses the Varroa mites carry. And I just kept seeing thousands of girls dying every day on in front of the beehive. And so that slowly whittled down along with the mites. And now that hive is so healthy out there, I'm not sure what to do with it. I'm not sure whether to add another brood box, or I might have to add a third brood box, I'm thinking. I'm not sure whether to split it or just add a third brood box. That'll be 4 boxes. That'll be about that high. So very simple, really effective, really efficient, and it's an easy way to see what's going on in your hive. Say you add some new frames, or you think there's some sort of infestation going on. The bees will be battling those. And their body parts will be on here. So, that's pieces of an earwig or a spider or ants, or you can see all the body parts of the animals, that the critters, insects that they're battling on the inside. And if it gets too high, then you might want to take intervention. It'll give you a heads up. And it let me know what was going on. I had a really bad infestation of gnat hive beetles. I've never been able to find a picture of them on the internet. I've seen all the other hive beetles, but not a picture of this one. This one looks like a tiger shark. It's got those stripes on the side of its wings and on its shell. The shell comes over the wings. So it had these light gray stripes, 3 of them on each side. It kind of looked like marijuana leaves. I don't know. How do I know what marijuana leaves? I used to be a teenager. So that's kind of it. And so please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell. And I'm doing podcasts all the time about the progression of this progress. And so when I see that there's a new design that I think that would be even more efficient and maybe even take up less resources or something of my scrap wood or something, I'll be making a podcast of that. I like to always reevaluate what I come up with. Saying, okay, is that the most efficient way? Okay, I've been doing it this way and it's been working this much and that much. Can I tweak that so it works even better? I'm doing that all the time. My brain's going like that every day, all day. How can I do that better? How can I make that more efficient? How can I, you know what I mean? So, and there you go. Easy peasy, man. So this hive is ready to go. Now, I always have a bottom board if I need one. Not right now. So this bottom board that I have, this is just the top that I threw together. That's right, scrap wood. So I always have a bottom board for, I don't know, in case I need something to stand on. But, all right, you have a good one now. Bye.